Step into a world where time slows down, and every corner of your home whispers sweet nostalgia. The Grandmacore aesthetic is all about embracing vintage charm, floral dreams, and the comforting warmth of Grandma's house, but with a fresh, stylish twist. Whether you're decorating your bedroom, kitchen, or living room, these 26 ideas will transform your space into a cozy, romantic haven. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. What's your favorite Grandmacore element? Let's dive in. Nothing says Grandmacore like delicate floral wallpaper. Choose vintage-inspired prints in soft pinks, creams, or sage greens to create a dreamy atmosphere. Whether in the bedroom, bathroom, or dining nook, florals bring life and romance. Pair with antique frames or lace curtains for extra charm. This timeless trend instantly makes any space feel sweet, nostalgic, and full of character, just like walking into your grandmother's cherished sitting room. Delicate crochet doilies are a Grandmacore staple. Drape them over side tables, layer them under vases, or even frame them as wall art. Their intricate patterns add texture and softness, making your home feel curated and cozy. Use them in the living room on coffee tables or in the bedroom as nightstand decor. These tiny details create a whimsical, lived-in elegance that's both pretty and sentimental. vintage teacups and floral plates with a charming wall shelf or glass front cabinet. Grandmacore thrives on heirloom pieces that tell a story. Mix and match patterns for an eclectic yet cohesive look. Style them in your kitchen or dining room, even unused pieces make gorgeous decor. Add fresh flowers or candles to enhance the romantic, old-world vibe. Transform your bedroom into a Grandmacore retreat with ruffled, lace-trimmed bedding. Opt for pastel quilts, embroidered pillowcases, or crochet throws for that time-worn elegance. Layering textures like linen and cotton keeps it cozy yet chic. This look feels like sleeping in a countryside cottage, where every night is wrapped in nostalgia. Swap fresh blooms for dried lavender, pampas grass, or baby's breath in vintage vases. These everlasting arrangements bring rustic charm to any room, perfect for farmhouse decor. Place them on mantels, bathroom counters, or bedside tables. Their muted tones and delicate textures enhance the Grandmacore aesthetic beautifully. Add cross-stitched or floral embroidered throw pillows to your sofa or armchair. These small touches bring artisanal warmth to your living space. Look for vintage-inspired phrases like "home sweet home" or delicate botanical designs to enhance the cozy factor. Create a Grandmacore vanity with a gilded mirror, perfume bottles, and a lace runner. Display brushes, vintage compacts, and dried roses for a romantic touch. This setup turns your bedroom or bathroom into a nostalgic beauty nook. Drape a handmade patchwork quilt over your couch or bed for instant Grandmacore vibes. The mix of fabrics, colors, and patterns tells a story, making your space feel loved and lived in. clawfoot tub, style it with a vintage stool, floral shower curtain, and lace towels. Add candles and porcelain soap dishes for a spa-like retreat straight out of a storybook. Surround yourself with cherished moments by displaying vintage family photos or antique postcards in ornate, gilded frames. Mix and match different shapes and sizes for an eclectic wall gallery in your living room or hallway. The warm metallic tones add a touch of old-world elegance, while the personal memorabilia brings heartwarming nostalgia. For extra Grandmacore charm, include handwritten letters or pressed flowers alongside your pictures. Soft, flowing chintz curtains in floral or paisley prints instantly elevate any room with Victorian-era charm. Hang them in the bedroom or kitchen to filter sunlight in the dreamiest way. Pair with sheer lace underlayers for added texture and privacy. The delicate fabrics and vintage patterns create a whimsical, storybook atmosphere, like stepping into a classic novel. grandfather clock, ornate wall clocks, or dainty mantle clocks add both function and Grandmacore charm. Place them in the entryway, living room, or above the fireplace for a classic, lived-in feel. The gentle ticking sound enhances the cozy, unhurried vibe of your home. Hunt for antique shops or flea markets to find unique pieces with carved wood or porcelain details. For a true Grandmacore kitchen, install an apron-front sink in creamy white or soft pastel. Pair it with brass faucets and open wooden shelves displaying vintage dishware. This style blends rustic charm with practicality, making dishwashing feel like a scene from a 1950s homemaking magazine. Add fresh herbs in mason jars for a farmhouse touch. Dress your dining table with hand-embroidered tablecloths, lace runners, or vintage napkins. The intricate stitching and floral motifs make every meal feel special and nostalgic. Use delicate china and mismatched silverware for a relaxed yet refined tablescape. This look is perfect for Sunday brunches or cozy tea times. Incorporate wicker chairs, baskets, or rocking chairs into your porch, bedroom, or living room. The woven texture adds organic warmth, while the light wood tones keep the space airy. Style with floral cushions and a crochet throw for the ultimate Grandmacore relaxation spot. Under a glass cloche, arrange tiny treasures like porcelain figurines, dried flowers, or antique keys. Place them on mantels, bookshelves, or entryway consoles for a storybook-worthy decorative touch. These little displays feel like frozen moments in time, adding mystery and charm. Give old dressers, chairs, or cabinets a soft makeover with muted mint, blush, or buttercream paint. Distress the edges slightly for a time-worn, shabby chic effect. This works beautifully in bedrooms, kitchens, or reading nooks, creating a dreamy, vintage-inspired aesthetic. leather-bound books on coffee tables or shelves, interspersed with framed botanical illustrations. The warm tones and delicate drawings bring scholarly charm to any room. Add a magnifying glass or feathered quill for extra nostalgia. A rolling tea cart styled with porcelain teapots, floral mugs, and lace doilies makes for a charming serving station. Use it in the living room for afternoon tea or as a bedside coffee nook. The versatility and vintage appeal make it a Grandmacore must-have. Turn your grandmother's china cabinet into a museum of memories by displaying heirloom dishes, vintage teacups, and delicate glassware. Opt for a distressed white or pastel blue cabinet with intricate carvings for maximum charm. Style the shelves with mismatched floral plates, crystal goblets, and silver serving trays, each piece telling its own story. For a romantic touch, weave fairy lights between the shelves to make your treasures glow. This isn't just storage, it's a love letter to the past. Upgrade your bathroom with monogrammed linen towels featuring delicate floral embroidery. Hang them on a brass hook or vintage ladder shelf for that authentic old-world feel. Choose soft ivory, pale pink, or sage green fabrics to maintain the Grandmacore palette. These aren't just functional, they're tiny works of art that make even hand-washing feel elegant. Pair with a porcelain soap dish and lavender-scented bar for a sensory experience. A whitewashed or dark walnut spindle bed frame instantly transforms your bedroom into a storybook retreat. Dress it up with a puff-sleeved duvet, lace-trimmed pillows, and a handmade quilt for layered coziness. The turned-wood details evoke 19th-century cottage charm, while the open design keeps the space airy. Add a vintage rug and oil painting above the bed to complete the nostalgic look. Create a Victorian-inspired correspondence corner with a roll top or kidney-shaped writing desk. Style it with a blotter, fountain pen, wax seals, and aged stationery, because emails will never have the same romance. Tuck a velvet upholstered chair underneath and add a brass desk lamp for late-night letter writing. This setup isn't just decorative, it's an invitation to slow down and savor handwritten moments. Incorporate stained glass panels, hanging prisms, or Tiffany-style lamps to cast rainbow hues across your rooms. Place them in sunny windows, above sinks, or as pendant lights to transform ordinary light into dappled nostalgia. The rich blues, deep reds, and golden yellows pair beautifully with dark wood furniture, creating a cozy, chapel-like serenity. dedicate a wall to framed handkerchiefs, vintage postcards, embroidery hoops, and black and white photos arranged in an organic collage. Use clothespins on twine for a casual feel or symmetrical frames for a more formal gallery. This ever-evolving display becomes a visual family tree, where every visitor pauses to trace the threads of your history. And there you have it, 26 ways to weave warmth, history, and whimsy into every corner of your home. Whether you start with a single doily or fully embrace the floral wallpaper, remember, Grandmacore isn't about perfection. It's about the cracks, the patina, the well-loved imperfections that make a house a home. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which idea will you try first? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if this video inspired you, smash that like button and subscribe for more cozy decor magic. Until next time, keep your tea hot and your nostalgia stronger.